exactly like you think it's going to be.
That's incredible.
I mean, he stopped that within 2 inches.
On the tee at 13, Ian Poulter.
Damn it. Bite. It's in the pine. Down.
That stays out to the right for Poulter. So Poulter will be okay. It's Tiger that may not be okay.
When Phil was surveying that shot, I'm pretty sure he thought that he was not going to be able to keep it short of the hole. And he would dearly love to have this length putt on the other side of the hole, because this is going to be quick. The precision he used on the wedge shot has to be done with this one, the putter, as well.
Par for Mickelson at 14. 5 behind Finau, headed to the par 5 15th. Earlier in his round today at the 9th hole. That big swing again. And then a moment ago, this one. As Billy said, don't try this at home.
Not many people can take a 3/4 to a full swing and hit it 3 yards.
So Tiger makes his way down 13, looking for his tee shot. And there's a ball right there in the second cut. So looks like Tiger caught a break here at 13.
Very fortunate. Now, obviously, we'll have to lay up and just try to find. And I think the more he keeps it to the right, the more he's going to be able to create an angle to where he can get to where the hole is located on that little shelf.
Kuchar on the tee at 15. Powers that one.
Yeah, he's on a nice little roll right now.
Middle of the fairway for Kuchar.
Saw Tiger get on that nice little run on the first 9. Birdies at 6, 7, and 8.
So while Tiger still figures out what shot he wants to play, Poulter is going to hit from the second cut. .232 yards to the hole for Poulter. He's hoping the wind will help him out. And you can see his reaction. You see where he ended up, but it's like he was just missing what he was intending to do. As now we take you to Tiger. Just laying this up.
Yeah, not looking to get too much out of this. It's really not necessary to get all that close. Kind of lay it back to where you can control the spin.
All things considered, it could have been a lot worse, as it appeared that Tiger's ball was headed much further left into the pine straw, potentially. And he'll still have a chance to get up and down and make birdie here at the 13th. Last year, Tiger Woods came into the Masters tournament ranked number 103 in the world. This week he's number 12, and he has played like it so far, just 3 shots behind Finau.
And when you look at the body of work that Tiger's had this week, he's hit a couple of bad drives, poor drives. But as a whole, he's driven the ball nicely. Kind of go back over the rounds, the opening 2 rounds. Could have easily been 3 or 4 shots better.
Finau just made par at 17, so he's got 1 hole left. And he's at 11 under for the tournament. So if he's going to tie the course record, he'll have to birdie 18. But if he makes par there, it would be the 3rd 64 today at the Masters tournament, joining Webb Simpson and Patrick Cantlay. You see Tiger's route. He's got 69 yards left to the hole.
From this yardage, he'll keep it down. He'll kind of hit a mid-height shot in there. He'll let it release with the first bounce, then try to bring it to a halt quickly.
Third for Tiger at 13. Nicely done by Woods. And he'll have a chance to get to 9 under par if he can make that putt.
Yeah, that was perfectly executed right there, Andrew. Working it up onto that plateau where the hole location is. It's all about controlling the trajectory of the shot. And no one's been better at doing that throughout their career than that man right there. He's been pretty special.
All right, so that's where Poulter's second shot ended up. Just off the green for Poulter. Here's his third.
Saw Mickelson close to that same area and go a little bit past the hole. But a good chance for Ian Poulter to make birdie and get to -7.
Tiger trying to pull within 2 shots of the lead. All eyes on Tiger Woods.
Everything at the 13th green will tend to go to the front right corner as you're coming up the fairway. So this putt should move just ever so slightly to Tiger's left. That is such a huge birdie. Good break off the tee. Able to push it down the fairway, get it up and down for birdie. And as you said, Andrew, within 2 shots of Tony Finau, the leader.
Tied for second after the birdie at 13 for Tiger Woods. And you think back, as Billy pointed out, to the beginning of the hole, looked like it could have been potentially a lost ball. That's how poorly it was hit. He gets a break and cashes in with a birdie.
In fact, we saw Eppie Barnrat have to come back to the tee at 13 because it was a lost ball. But no, Mickelson.
2:21 left to the hole here at the par 5 15.
Another perfect drive on a par 5.
Go, 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 go.
Ooh. He knew it right off the club. It had to go, and it did not. Meanwhile, Poulter for birdie at 13. And he takes it to 7 under. Meanwhile, earlier at 15, the second shot for Kuchar, he had 234 to the hole. You can hear that roar. That was during the Tiger birdie at 13. And Kuchar looking for an eagle.
Now, all of a sudden, Matt Kuchar can get to 8 under par and 3 behind Finau. Just that quickly.
Meanwhile, Billy, what a huge miss by Phil Mickelson. Right in the middle of the fairway. Great look at it. Immediately called for it to go, and it did not.
You know, that's the second mistake that Mickelson has made on this second 9. Tiger at 14.
He likes that one.
He's been left 2 days in a row, but absolutely perfect today. Oh, how about that smile? But getting back to Mickelson, I mean, the mistakes. At 13, short sides himself, and then he may have had the right club on 15. He just hit it a little thin, but if you're going to make a mistake, you have to make it long there. But now, Ian Poulter with his tee shot at 14. And that's a beauty as well. So both players, Poulter and Tiger Woods, carrying a little momentum. And Poulter put a little heat behind that one.
So Mickelson has dropped at 15. Hearing those weekend roars at Augusta, Billy.
Certainly are. A lot of great golf has been played today. Tony Finau, Schauffele. Webb Simpson. Mickelson trying to save par here at 15. Then, of course, Patrick Cantlay kind of kicked everything off with shooting 64 early, in giving the indication that you could go out there and post a number today.
Look at all the patrons surrounding the 15th green and then up behind on the hill at number 16. What a sight. Just an incredible place. Phil Mickelson saying earlier this week that when you drive up Magnolia Lane, you get that special feeling, as he said, a special remembrance of when you were a kid and you dreamed to play the Masters tournament.
You can dream it, but when it happens, it's really special.
Billy knows an 8-time Masters participant.
Another really tough putt for Mickelson right here. What makes it even tougher is that it's on a par 5 that he had an iron to. 222 is probably from that elevation and a little bit of a helping breeze. 5 iron, just mishit it. Hit it right on the bottom of the iron. Right now, just trying to stay at 6 under par.
Clutch. And a sigh of relief for Mickelson. Into the water at 15, but still able to save par. And he remains at 6 under.
That's a lot of hard work for a 5 at 15 after a perfect tee shot.
Now Tiger Woods, middle of the fairway at 14. He's got 165 to the hole.
Now he's birdied this hole 2 days in a row, Andrew. And it's going to require a pretty lengthy putt today.
Now Kuchar for eagle at 15 to get to 8 under par. Kuchar, 2 great looks for eagle in the last 2 par 5s.
Yeah,
birdies both.
And still on a nice run. You know, birdies at 13 and 15, the 2 par 5s, but then you sandwich that birdie at 14 when he hit the flagstick in there. So finishing quite nicely.
Approach for Poulter at 14.
That looks to be the right line.
It is. Great shot from Poulter. And he'll have a putt to get to 8 under par. What an incredible day. As Tony Finau is now in the clubhouse with a 64, the leader at 11 under par. So the third 64 of the day here at the Masters tournament. Webb Simpson also with a 64, as you see there, 9 under par. And Patrick Cantlay at 6 under par after a 64 today.
Early in the day, when the wind was not up and the ball was, when I was on the practice facility and the ball was carrying, and you could just kind of get a vibe that there were birdies out there. I didn't think we'd see 3 64s, though. That's some kind of playing.
Tony Finau, the leader by 2 over Tiger Woods, Francesco Molinari, Xander Schauffele, and Webb Simpson. Meanwhile, important news here. Given the possibility of severe weather for tomorrow afternoon, groupings and tee times for the final round have been adjusted. Players will be grouped in threesomes starting at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time off holes 1 and 10. And the CBS broadcast will begin at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. There is some severe weather that is supposed to come in later in the afternoon, and the hope here is to complete everything tomorrow before the weather rolls in. Now, Kuchar on the tee at 16.
160 yards today. Whole location on this little shelf on the right. But even with 8 irons in hands, maybe 9 irons, just so difficult to get it on this shelf. That was an 8 iron for Kuchar, and Phil is going to go with 9 iron and try to create a little more of an angle. Squeezing over to the left side of the teeing area.
Well, we've been with you since 10 a.m. Eastern this morning, and Billy, you said it early on. We're going to see a lot of shots like that today, and we certainly have.
That's just the safe area. I mean, you want to challenge the flying stick when you have an 8 or a 9 iron in your hand, but you also know that if you miss it to the right, it's going to be a difficult up and in.
Now Tiger for birdie at 14.
It's going to be a very slow putt going up the slope of the green.
So the first 2 days at 14, from left of the fairway, he makes incredible birdies. Today, in the middle of the fairway, he has a short putt left for par. As Mickelson and Kuchar make the beautiful walk up to the 16th green. Xander Schauffele just made a birdie at 13. He's now 10 under par and 1 behind Finau. Now Poulter had a beautiful approach here at the par 4 14th. Trying to make it back-to-back birdies.
Yeah, chance to get to -8. 3 behind Finau.
And now Tiger to finish off his par at 14. And Tiger Woods at 9 under par. We'll head over to the par 5 15th. A chance to make up some ground on Tony Finau. And now Xander Schauffele 10 under par in second place.
Very similar putts for Mickelson and Kuchar. Here at 16. Get a great look at the green, and you can see just how much of a slope that Mickelson has to contend with. Easy to leave this 3 or 4 feet short.
As we mentioned before, just a reminder now, tomorrow, because of severe weather expected later in the afternoon and into the evening, the play for the final round will begin at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time off holes 1 and 10, and the CBS broadcast will begin at 9 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Now, Kuchar for birdie at 16.
He gave that a pretty good wrap and into the hole. Andrew
knocks it in. Kuchar's red hot on the second 9.
4 birdies in a row for Kuchar.
Bogeys at 11 and 12, and certainly lost a little bit of steam as he made his way to 13, but he has picked it up in a big way. Now Tiger Woods looking for a big drive at the par 5 15th.
Oh, he needs it to move right.
Keep cutting. Keep cutting.
That's going to be very close to being partially blocked out down that left side. Meanwhile, Mickelson for par at 16. And Phil stays at 6 under. Now Poulter on the tee at 15.
I've actually been impressed with Ian Poulter's length.
A little extra adrenaline when you play
and
this course.
You can see he's swinging with a lot of confidence right now.
Speaking of confidence, here's Matt Kuchar on the tee at 17. Kuch is in a good groove right now. Wow. Deep drive right in the heart of the fairway for Kuchar at 17. And Mickelson's tee shot just past Kuchar in the 17th fairway. So 2 good ones here in our featured pairing of Kuchar and Mickelson. Francesco Molinari just made a birdie, so he now moves into a tie for second place with Schauffele, 1 behind Tony Finau.
A little conversation between Kuchar and Mickelson.
You want G still to stay like midway?
They love to compete. But I think Kuchar has the upper hand in the ping pong.
Billy, in the history of the Masters tournament, there's been 2 rounds of 64 until there was 3 today. Just amazing. One of them belonging to Tony Finau at 11 under par after shooting 64. He is the leader as the 3rd round continues here. And it's been a beautiful afternoon as Kuchar and Mickelson make their way up to their balls. And here's Tiger and Poulter back at 15.
2 really good tee shots at 15, 2 good tee shots at 17. Really has been what I would say a stellar week for Tiger Woods. You know, coming into the Masters last year, did he really know where his game was at that moment? I think as the year progressed, you know, he found what he could do, what he couldn't do. Coming into this week, there was one thing on his mind, and that was winning. You see the flag stick hovering over on the right-hand side, just left the greenside bunker. Really a pretty good angle here for Poulter.
224 yards to the hole for Ian Poulter, his 2nd shot at 15. Funneling away from the hole, but he'll still have an eagle putt here at the 15th. Now Tiger, you can see 217, but that tree right in front of him, will that come into play? It looks like Tiger should be okay with the whole location on the right portion of this green today.
And you can see with the arrows, the mistake you can't make, even if it carries up onto the front of the green or over the water, there's just so much tilt that it'll probably filter back into the penalty area. But I think it's a clear shot, Andrew, and I don't think he has to do too much with it.
Tiger taking dead aim at this one, and too much on it, just over the green at 15. And now he'll be pitching back down toward the water, which is a very challenging shot here at 15. Up ahead to 17, and Kuchar will be first to go. You can see Mickelson's ball just slightly ahead of Kuchar in the fairway here at 17.
Hard hole location to get to. Easy to leave it short underneath the hole, but hard to hit it flag high.
And here's Mickelson.
5 behind the leader, Tony Finau. I just don't think it's time to challenge his flag stick. And that's the reason why. Now that's such a hard up and down from there.
As Tiger makes his way down 15. Billy, you and I were having lunch earlier this afternoon, and we were discussing the possibility of the tee times being changed for tomorrow. And as we reported, that is indeed what has happened, as tournament play will start at 7:30 tomorrow morning because of the weather. And you made the point that for a younger player like a Finau maybe, or a Schauffele, not having to sit and wait all day could be a very big advantage.
It could be an advantage to where, you know, they can get out there quicker, and especially with Tony Finau. He just finished moments ago. He posted 64. Now with the decision that's been made, now he's going to be able to go home, get back out here quickly, and continue playing. And instead of waiting around till the final tee time, the final pairing, which was 2:35 today, you get to start, and you don't have to wait and think all morning long.
Well, gravity is going to take over here on this shot, and Tiger is trying to figure out where he hopes to stop this ball.
And waiting never bothered that man right there. But you can see Tiger's eyes looking well left of the flag stick, trying to hit that perfect point where, as you said, gravity takes over.
Third for Tiger at 15. This looks good. This looks really good. Beautiful for Tiger Woods, and a short putt coming up for birdie to get within one of the lead. Now up ahead at 17, you saw Mickelson miss the green long.
This one may go straight up in the air as well.
Not enough, though. We showed you during our coverage earlier, he has twice played that high flop shot, but the third time not the charm here for Phil. Fourth shot for Mickelson. That is well done, and that is left for bogey now for Phil. And some frustration there for Mickelson.
But another mistake, Andrew. Made the mistake coming up short at 15. Made the mistake here at 17 going long. And these are mistakes that he knows that he needs to avoid in order to have a chance to win the tournament.
Now Poulter for eagle at 15. Not his best effort. we wait for Poulter, we take you back up to 17. Kuchar has this putt for birdie. Trying to make it 5 birdies in a row. And the run ends there.
Good lag putt, though.
And Kuchar remains 8 under. With 1 hole left to play. He has 3 shots off the pace set by Tony Finau. And Poulter walks in a birdie at 15. So Ian Poulter is within 3 of Finau.
He has been so confident all week long with the putter.
Here's Mickelson for bogey at 17. So the missed flop shot ends up costing Phil a shot. Now Tiger for birdie at 15. Tiger Woods is only 1 off the lead. Three holes left to play in this 3rd round for Tiger, who's now tied for 2nd with Molinari and Schauffele.
When you look at the leaderboard with Molinari sitting at -10 through 12 holes, the 2 par 5s, 13 and 15, you would think he would birdie those 2. Lead's going to be either 11 or 12, I believe.
Kuchar off the tee at 18. I don't think Matt Kuchar wants this to be the last hole. He wants to keep playing the way he's going right now.
It's almost like he just hit another gear. After the bogeys at 11 and 12, the really good shot off the pine straw. That kind of flipped the whole round for Kuchar.
Mickelson tee shot at 18. That one's headed right. Wow, that is long and right. Into the 2nd cut. We'll see what type of look Mickelson has here at 18. Tiger Woods at the par 3 16th hole, which today is playing 160 yards. Tiger's 3 under on the par 3s this week.
That's like true.
And Tiger backs away. The 15th green is just off to the right.
Just how much does Tiger want to challenge this whole location?
Staring it down. And Tiger with a beauty at 16. And if he can make that putt, he'll be tied for the lead at the Masters.
Do you think he's feeling it right now? I mean, how many shots have we seen at the 16th hole with this whole location where a player has actually hit it close?
Watch the reaction from the patrons.
The quality of the shots that Tiger has hit this entire week have been spectacular. Now Poulter.
A little too much for Poulter. And the patrons rise to give a huge ovation to Tiger Woods and Ian Poulter. Woods will have a putt to tie for the lead in a moment. For parents of boys and girls ages 7 to 15 of all skill levels, Drive, Chip, and Putt registration is open. So visit drivechipandputt.com today to find a local qualifier near you and to register. Winners and a parent will advance to the 2020 National Finals at Augusta National. Some of these patrons have been camped at the 16th hole the entire day to see the golf, but also to see this man, and their patience has been rewarded as Tiger just hit a beautiful tee shot in 16. Francesco Molinari has just made a birdie to tie Tony Finau at 11 under par, and if Tiger Woods can make this putt, he will join them at the top. Alongside Billy Kratzert, I'm Andrew Catalan. We thank you for joining us for our continuing coverage of the third round of the 83rd Masters Tournament. A reminder that tomorrow's schedule has been adjusted because of severe weather expected later in the afternoon. Play will start at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and the CBS broadcast will start at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Take you out to 18 now, and the approach for Matt Kuchar.
Perfect tee shot, hole location, back right today.
And that one's not done.
Yeah, that's going to work all the way down to that first tier.
Here's what Mickelson ended up with his second shot at 18. Does appear to have an opening here. And Mickelson gets it up to the proper shelf, and we'll have a look for birdie. Now Ian Poulter from just off the green at 16.
This is actually the third delicate little pitch shot, chip shot that he's had on this second nine. And that's the best one he's played.
Tiger Woods fourth closest to the hole today at the par 3 16th. Just inside 7 feet for Tiger.
Good look at where Tiger is looking. Should move to his right.
Make room at the top. Tiger is tied for the lead.
How about that step to the hole after he knew it was in?
And Poulter finishes off his par. 2 holes to go here in the 3rd round for Poulter and Tiger Woods. And Tiger now part of a 3-way tie at 11 under par, along with Molinari and Finau, who's already in the clubhouse. Well, entering today, it was the first time in nearly 6 years that Tiger had entered the 3rd round of a major at or within 1 of the lead. It was the 2013 Open Championship. He ended up finishing tied for 6th, but today Tiger came in just 1 shot back, and now he is tied, as Kuchar has a long birdie putt at 18, and that left for his par. And now Tiger on the tee at 17.
I think that's sufficient.
Did not even look. He knew right away that is a great spot to be. He is feeling it right now. We mentioned before that Kuchar did not want the round to end. I think Tiger might feel the same way.
I think any of the players, Woods, Finau, Molinari, Schauffele, any of these players playing well, they would love to continue. And I think it's going to be a benefit, the early start tomorrow. I really do. I think the leaders are. It's going to be a huge advantage for him.
And Phil finishes with a birdie at 18. Why not? A 70 from Mickelson, and he is 5 behind the leaders.
And all of a sudden you start looking back at Mickelson's round and the mistake he made at 13, the mistake he made at 15, and going over the green at 17. Those are 3 shots right there that he didn't capture when you thought he might.
It appeared he was just looking up at the scoreboard there. And you're right. He's probably thinking a couple here or there, and I could be.
He could be a couple shots off the lead.
Instead, he's 5 off the lead, and Tiger still has 2 holes to play. Molinari has a handful more to go as Kuchar tucks it in for par, and that's a real nice finish for Matt Kuchar. He ends up with a 68, and he's only 3 behind. Now earlier, Poulter on the tee at 17. And you're right, Billy. He's been hammering some drives.
When you see a player like an Ian Poulter get into this kind of this zone that we talk about and start swinging like that and swinging that confidently, it's fun to watch.
Look at the updated leaderboard. Tiger, Molinari, Finau all at 11 under par. Three-way tie at the top, 11 under par, Woods, Molinari, and Finau. A reminder, adjust your schedule for tomorrow because play will begin at 7:30 in the morning, and the CBS broadcast will start at 9 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow morning. That's because of expected severe weather later tomorrow afternoon. Now that Mickelson and Kuchar are done, here in our feature group channel, we're going to bring in another featured pairing of Brooks Koepka and Adam Scott. They are on the 15th hole, and Adam Scott is ready to tee off. Adam Scott currently 2 back at 9 under par. Koepka's at 8 under, so he's 3 behind.